Hey folks, today going to go over Long Shot, the dice game. Picked this game up at Gen Con 2022. Didn't really hear about it until right before Gen Con with all the previews and whatnot. Did have a chance to play it several times, and it is a amazingly fun game. Um, So if you get a chance to pick it up, definitely do that. It's pretty quick. Your first game is going to be longer, obviously, because of rules. But once everybody knows the rules, you can pretty much your turns are just bang, 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 bang. It's very quick. It is a roll and write, even though it says it's a dice game. So there is that. So we'll just go ahead and open it up here. You got a rule book. It's very short, like 12 pages, maybe 14 pages. Explains the rules very succinctly. There weren't very many questions about anything. But this is essentially a horse racing game. So here's the board. Nice small board here. You're going to have your sheets that you write on. This plays 1 to 8. I've not played solo. I played with, there were 4 of us playing. But it does come with enough pads for everybody. It comes with 8. And these are your typical material that allows you to basically write on them with the dry erase marker. And it comes with the dry erase markers. Go over that in more detail. Dry erase markers, they have the little eraser on the end, and they're branded with the Roll and Write logo. Just set those aside. Here are all the horses. They are numbered 1 through 8, different color. Each number matches up with a color, so you can either identify the horse by the color or the number. It does have the number on top, so when you have them all lined up down here on the track, you don't necessarily have to look at the side to see what the number is. It's just on top. Those will be put out on the track here, and they're going to go each one of these spaces. You're basically going to roll your dice. You have 2 dice. You're going to roll them. And this says we're moving horse number 3, which is the blue horse, 2 spots. So he'll just move 2 spots from wherever he is. We will then look at his card. I'll go through the. I'm just gonna move this out of the way here so I can get all these cards out. Insert's okay, but it is difficult to get these cards out once they're in there. So let me find. Let's say this is going to be our 3rd horse here. Pay it forward. So you see, he has a special ability there in the center. You will only be able to use that ability if you purchase this horse on your turn. His payouts are on the right, so he'll get 6 points. He will multiply your bid on him by 6 if he wins, and he will multiply it by 5 if he gets 2nd, and he will multiply it by 4 if he gets 3rd. After he moves, so we rolled the dice, and he would theoretically move a couple. Any other horse that has an X on his card down in there at the bottom, which currently is just number 1, would also move a single space. So one of the actions you have on your turn is you can you have your sheet here that you're going to be using your marker on to mark different things off, bet, and there's just all kinds of different things that you can do. One of the things you can do is purchase a jersey for the horse that was rolled. And then you also have a chance to mark off any number on any other horse that's out there on their cards to try to get that horse to be more involved in the race, to get it to go. There is a cost of $8 in the top right of the card. So that's how much you would pay for him if you purchase Pay It Forward. That's one of your options. You basically, your actions are going to be determined by whatever is rolled on the D8. So if a 7 was rolled, all your actions are going to be involving the orange horse or the 7th horse. So you could buy a helmet for that horse, or for your jockey, I guess I should say. A helmet allows you to bet after the horse passes this line. So the horses will line up here, and then they're going to go around the track counterclockwise. Once a horse passes this red line here, no more bets can be placed on that horse unless you have purchased a helmet for your jockey. Then you can place bets on that horse. You could also purchase a jersey for the horse. That is the one that allows you to mark off any other number on any other horse, so that they would move an additional space once that horse moves for its primary movement. You can go to the concession stand. So if you'll notice up here in the top left, there's a grid with a bunch of numbers. So you will, if it was 7, I could mark off either of those 7s, coins, basically there. And basically, once I fill out a whole row or a whole column, I get to pick one of the things below that grid at the concession stand. So I could get $7 3 times. I could -2, so I can move 2 horses back 2. I can move 1 horse back 3. I could place a free $3 bet twice. I could move 2 horses forward 2, or a single horse forward 3. I can activate the helmet action. I can do a jersey action, or I can do the barn action, which is basically purchase a horse for free, so I don't have to pay the cost. So that's a concession stand action. Then you also could do the bet action, which allows you to bet $3 on the horse that was rolled. So if a 7 was rolled, I could bet $3, increase my bid on 7 by 3. If it was already 3, it would increase to 6, etc. Your money is going to be over on the right hand side here. You're going to have that filled in. Everybody starts with $12, and if you complete your concession stand row, you can get $7 extra and add it into your thing. When you make a bet, you have to minus it out of there, unless you do the free $3 bet, and then your money does not come out of your total money. You just add it to wherever it is. And you could buy the horse, pay the cost in the top right, and then that horse goes in front of you, and then you can use the special ability that horse has. Each horse has a different special ability. I think the game comes with 3 sets of horses, 1 through 8. And then there are 2 expansions that add a set of horses, a Kickstarter exclusive set of horses, I think, and then there's another expansion that adds effects to the track. I think it's called Track Effects or something of that nature, that basically will add. You pick 2 of them at random, and they cause different things. They change the rules slightly, so it makes it for an interesting or different race. That's pretty much the game. Basically, one player rolls the 2 dice, they move the horses, then everybody takes an action. Not only the person that rolled the dice, but everybody else gets to take an action as well, and they do that in a clockwise order. And you keep doing that until 3 horses have passed the finish line. They will go over there. If you purchase the horse, you get a certain amount of money if they place. Then wherever they place, however much you bet, determines. There's some multiplication going on, so there's a little bit of math here. Then you also tabulate up if you have a set of a helmet and a jersey. So if I purchased the helmet and the jersey for red, that would give me $5 at the end of the game. So for each set of that you get points at the end, or you get money at the end, which is basically points. Then any leftover money also counts, and then you just total your bets plus your winnings from whether your purchased horse finished, and your sets of gear, and your existing money, and that's your total amount of money, and whoever has the most money wins the game. Like I said, it plays extremely fast. The one die, the D6 just goes from 1 to 3. It just has doubles of each number. And then this is just an 8-sided die that has 1 of each number. There is a little finish line here, which I'm assuming just goes right there. I don't think they discussed it in the rule book. I didn't really look for it. It's not even in the setup guide as it being out there. It's just a little a little thing. Then they have a larger eraser that has the long shot. It's a helmet, and the one hole, the bottom side of it's all is felt, so you could erase. Like I said, there were different sets of the horses, and there is a set of starting cards. So these get shuffled up and dealt out randomly at the beginning of the game, and it tells you what your starting bets are, and it also tells you what you start with on the concession stand grid. Everybody's going to start with 4 things marked off on the concession stand grid, and essentially a total bet of $6 split between 2 horses in some way, either 2 and 4 or 3 and 3. And that just kind of helps give a little bit of asymmetry to the start of the game. That way everybody's just not voting or trying to get one particular horse to win, etc. A very fun game. This, I believe, there's a second board here, or a third, I guess, board you could say. I think this is with the solo variants, which I have not played yet. Fun game. Like I said, played it with 4 players. All 4 players loved it. First game, took a little while for everybody to try to make their decisions. Whether it's good to try to do the concession stand or add a bet or get a helmet or a jersey. And then by the second game, we kind of each had an idea of what we wanted to do, and our turns, each turn was very quick. In fact, we were jumping over each other, going out of turn. Essentially, when you take your actions on your board, you choose what action you want to do. You're supposed to do it in a clockwise order so that the people coming after you know what you've done and can adjust, however they want to adjust. But the second game, a lot of us were just, okay, I don't care what you're going to do, I'm going to do this, and that's what, that made the turns quicker as well. I don't know if it played into anybody's strategy or not, but it's there. So that is Long Shot, the dice game by Perplexed Games. Says it plays in 25 minutes, and you could probably do it in that once you played it several times. 1 to 8 players, and there is a solo. I have all the expansions so far, and the cards don't sit. They come up over the lip, so they're going to slide around, but I'm not too concerned about it. I just lay these on top, and everything kind of stays in nice and neat. Board folds up. It's a magnetic, the magnetic clamshell, and it should stay nice and tidy. So that's Long Shot, the dice game. Probably going to be doing several other videos here for games that I picked up at Gen Con 2022. So look for those. Thanks for watching.